tell the guys all the time. I'm like, look, I want you to focus on throwing your punches, your kicks, your takedowns, stopping your takedowns, whatever your game plan is, right? You're an MMA fighter, so focus on MMA, right? And I'll take care of everything else.
Emilio, the honey badger, Urrutia!
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Honey Badger Hour. This episode of the Honey Badger Hour podcast is brought to you by the original Clippers Barbershop. We're live.
We're here.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Honey Badger Hour podcast. It's your boy, the Badger, and we are back in studio. Thank you guys all for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe on the little button below right here. Boop, boop. All right, guys. Appreciate all the support. Make sure to check us out on social media at Honey Badger Hour on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all right, across all platforms. And make sure to check out our website, Honey Badger Lifestyle. If you guys want to get any merch, okay, we got new fresh shirts, HBH 305 shirts. We got 3 different colors, all right? So make sure to check out honeybadgerlifestyle.com for any merch. Check us out on Patreon, Spotify, and all other streaming platforms. Let's get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back in studio in the 305, and we got a big one today. Today we're joined by my good friend. He's one of my training partners, all right? He's the head CEO of Pena Sports Performance, okay? He's a strength and conditioning coach. He's a nutritionist. He helps fighters all around the world, okay? Guys like Dustin Porier getting ready for weight cuts. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for my man, Eric Pena. My
Appreciate
dog.
it, bro.
What's happening, G?
Chilling, man.
How you been, my brother?
All good, man. I got to correct you, though. I'm not really a strength and conditioning specialist. I'm more a performance coach. I specialize in weight cuts, nutrition. I kind of dabbled in some strength and conditioning. I was mentored by Phil Daru, but that's about the extent of my strength and conditioning.
Okay. So you do straight nutrition and performance.
Yeah. Nutrition for performance-based athletes, weight-restricted sports mostly, but...
Okay, nice, bro. Okay, so when you were working with Phil Daru, what was he mentoring you on and helping you with?
A little bit of everything, the business side of things. He was doing strength and conditioning. I was kind of learning a lot from him in that regards. Overseeing their training was a big part of it, where, again, I kind of want to see and feel exactly how these athletes are training on a daily basis, so I know how to refuel that and, again, a little bit of strength and conditioning where obviously I'm around it. I'm listening to what he's saying, how he's coaching and everything. But, yeah, for the most part, I helped a few of his athletes with their nutrition, and that was about, again, the extent of my strength and conditioning.
Okay, nice, man.
Yeah.
And how did you get into nutrition and performance
work? I originally was working at a gym back when I was in college at Florida State. When I moved back down to Miami, I started working at a gym out in Boca Raton, Evolution Fitness, and my boss there, Wade Waddick, he was a great dude, great boss. And he told me, he's like, hey, man, I want you to start specializing in something, start finding your niche and reach out to other people and start learning, start, getting certifications, start, just, again, trying to find your niche in the industry. So I did exactly that, just kind of my experience in MMA and wrestling and whatnot. I was kind of led towards George Lockhart and Dan Leith. They had a certification going on at the time. And, I got in contact with them and really just started learning from them. And I was with them for a good 2 to 3 years, learning from them and their team. And ever since then, I never looked back.
Oh, nice, bro. Yo, with the Lockhart's old school. We used to do the Lockhart diet back in the day. Like, man, I want to say 2015, 2014 time. I want to say around there, we were all using the Lockhart diet. You can get the subscription. You have like a website. You can get the plan and everything.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that one was ruthless. I used to do the Lockhart recovery too for a long time.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So he was like the leading guy back then, huh? Like I would say in how long ago was that? You think that I don't know how long ago he got into the game, but. He was the leading guy in sports nutrition and weight cutting and stuff like that. I would say to start off in the UFC and everything, huh?
Yeah, I would definitely say he was up there in terms of, I guess, breaking into the industry and specializing and whatnot. But I kind of got in contact with him around 2018-ish.
Nice, bro.
Yeah.
And then that's when you started working, and then he became like your mentor and stuff like this too?
Yeah.
And that's how you got into nutrition and everything like that.
Yeah, I mean, again, I was kind of reading up and kind of following other guys in the industry, but my first, I guess, official job or position, whatever you want to call it, with UFC athletes and high level performance athletes, was with George Lockhart and Dan Leith and their team back then.
Nice, man.
Yeah,
Do you know Ian Larios?
Oh, dude, that's my boy, man. That's
no
my boy.
way.
Yeah.
He's all the way out there in Asia too. Oh, he's
Yeah.
the man, bro.
Yeah. Right now,
Okay.
he's with a Jelly Roll. Actually, he's been touring around the country, just going pretty much city to city, almost every other day. He's in a new city, cooking for Jelly Roll, trying to get his weight and just healthy lifestyle, I guess, on track. But yeah, that's my guy.
Jelly Roll, man, that sounds so familiar. I don't know. How come I don't know Jelly Roll, bro? Is that
He's
messed
like
up?
no.
Who the hell is Jelly Roll? I
He's
think I saw him on a podcast recently. Though. Was he on Flagrant or something? I just
Maybe.
seen that name somewhere.
Maybe he's
big. Does he have tattoos?
Yeah.
He's not the Mexican guy.
No. He's white for sure. He's white, but he's
Where did I see Jelly Roll?
he's like, honestly, I think he's like the number, like, I want to say top 5. Again, I don't want to get it wrong, but he's up there in terms of stardom and celebrities in the music industry. He's
So
more
he's a singer. What's his
Yeah,
song?
yeah.
He's got music.
He's got music. He's like a rock country kind of guy, but yeah, he's good, man.
Damn, do you think I've heard? Damn, I don't know if any of his songs. I wish we had a young Jamie to play some.
Yeah, bro. I don't think that's really our flavor, bro. We're real Miami, man. But
Jelly Roll, dog. Let me see
Yeah.
here. I don't know who the hell Jelly Roll is. Let me see if we can. Let me hear Jelly Roll. Nah, but listen, bro. You'd be surprised in the music that I like. All right.
Yeah.
I always forget that we're not live, dog. We can do whatever we want. I can pull out. Someone's like, oh, you can't pull out your phone. It's like, of course you can pull out your phone. You
Yeah.
can just edit it later. Damn, who the hell is this Jelly Roll, dog?
He's got a vibe, you know.
So Ian Larios is with Jelly Roll right now.
He's with Jelly Roll, man.
Oh, that's sick, man.
That's a sweet gig, man. He's up there.
Oh, so he switched it up from training the athletes, huh?
Yeah, man. It's a rough road, man. I can imagine.
Did you ever work with Ian Larios going on shows and stuff like that?
Oh yeah, plenty of times, man.
Oh, nice. Wow. How does that work? Like, how do you guys link up and stuff like this? Does he put together? Does he put together teams, or like you guys go? He sends you guys out to go help fighters make weight and make the prep food for them and everything, or?
To be honest with you, it was a little bit disorganized towards the end there. Ian and I were pretty much running the show. We would put together the whole fight card, and if there were enough guys on the card to where I needed help or he needed help, both of us would go out there and kind of work as a team and service, I don't know, anywhere from 2 to 10 people on a card.
No way.
Yeah, man.
Oh wow. So then, what is your role on Fight Week when you come in?
So, again, it depends on the athlete. Some of these guys, I'll actually go in weeks in advance, and I'll live with them. I'll watch their training. I'll sometimes jump into their training sessions. I'll feel their energy levels. I'll see their energy levels. I'll kind of go back home with them. I'll make sure they're, I cook all their food. I'm making sure they're taking down their water, their supplements, pretty much anything they're taking in. And, we're tracking their weight on a daily basis. But, for the most part, I kind of show up on Fight Week, I'd say anywhere 3 to 4 days out.
Okay.
And start preparing meals. I'm there for the weight cut. I'm there to rehydrate them. I'm pretty much there throughout the entire process.
Oh, I got you. So, like, when they go, that means when you're there the whole time, they don't have to, their brains can just focus.
Yep.
They don't have no food issues whatsoever.
That's the idea, yeah.
Dang, that's a great, oh my gosh, that is so necessary. I realize it because, bro, back in the day, like when I was fighting, like if I never had nobody, like if I didn't have anybody, I never did anything like that. But like a lot of the hassles in Fight Week,
yeah, dude,
is food. Like where you're gonna go,
grocery shopping,
like
what
the first
can I
thing,
eat, what can't I eat?
Yeah, and you don't want to go to restaurants. You don't know what they put in the restaurants.
Yep.
It's a lot of hustle and bustle going around on
man.
the meals. You know what I mean? So that takes out, I'm sure it must take out a tremendous amount of stress on the fighters and stuff like that.
I tell the guys all the time, I'm like, look, I want you to focus on throwing your punches, your kicks, your takedowns, stopping your takedowns, whatever your game plan is, right? You're an MMA fighter, so focus on MMA, right? And I'll take care of everything else. So, again, that's the idea. Especially when you're traveling internationally and whatnot, and, the hassle. Imagine having to Google Translate everything on the road, and I feel like that's where it comes in handy, like big time. But man, again, it's good to just take the stress off of that and let you focus on your thing, man.
That's dope. Okay, yeah. and then sometimes, okay, that makes a lot of sense. That answers a lot of questions because I always wondered. So then when you leave, so sometimes when you're gone for like a month and we don't see you training,
yeah,
That's because you're with the fighters and you're just doing that. What you would do fight week, you're doing for them the whole month coming up into the fight.
Yeah, man. Sometimes I'm bouncing from one fight week to the next too. I mean,
yeah, you be on the road, man. I saw just recently you've been gone for like 3 weeks. I remember actually like 2 weeks ago, and you were like, "Yo, I'll let you know when I come back."
Yeah.
So I was like, "But you were like on the month where you had a bunch of fighters just recently, right? Who are you working with just recently?"
Just recently, I was with Elvin Espinoza, PFL at San Antonio.
Yeah.
I was with Dustin Poirier out in Salt Lake City.
You were just with Dustin for the BMF
yeah,
title.
Man. Yeah.
Oh man! Wow, bro. So you were with him all week for that one?
Yeah, we flew out there. I want to say 10 days early. Went out to acclimate and just hang out with the boys and make sure again his food's on point, his weight was on point, everything went smooth, man. So
yeah, and you were just there like you were cooking up and stuff like this.
Cooking everything.
You go to the store, you get everything ready, you know.
Yep.
Oh man, you ever get stressed? Do you ever get like weird? Like you ever get worried about that they're not gonna like something, or like you probably like very meticulous, right? Like on fight week, you really want to like you don't want to like let them down, huh? So probably like
yeah,
get a little edge to it, you know.
Yeah, I tend to a couple days out, I'll get their information. I'll be like, hey, are you allergic to anything? You have any religious exemptions? Do you like something that you want me to try to work into your meal plan, or do you not like a certain food? And again, yeah, I mean I'm no chef. But I throw it down in the kitchen, so
yeah, you make it happen, right?
Yeah, something like that.
And bro, that's the thing, right? Like, man, you can make almost all food taste good.
Yeah.
You can make all food food doesn't have to taste bad, right? Like you can make healthy food taste amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
I noticed that that's what I noticed with the diet game today. Where back in the day we used to just eat just for fuel.
Yeah.
You know? But we'd be so bland, you know.
Yeah.
Like when I did the Lockhart diet, I don't know if you remember this one, but they had the chicken and nuts on the last week.
Okay.
Like the last 3 days the last 3 days to make weight, like they would say like, yo, just eat chicken and nuts, like a 6-ounce chicken breast and like 6 nuts or something like that. You know what I mean? And it was like and then like one meal was the nuts and chicken, and then the next meal was just nuts. And then the next meal, it was like every 3 hours you ate that. And I remember, I have this documentary, like going to Guam on fight trips, and like I was on a plane, and then like I had my chicken and nuts on the plane, and like my coach was eating burgers, and then I was just eating my chicken and nuts every 3 hours.
You gotta watch them. Yeah. Suffer. No, man, I think that was kind of like the start of everything, right? So again, it was pretty primitive. There was no... I guess the more you're into it, the more you know. So, kind of he started bringing chefs on and we started kind of doing our research, doing our trial and error kind of stuff. So, yeah, we were able to kind of branch out, try some new things. But, yeah, chicken and nuts is real old school, man. You
remember that? Or is that just – I'm not making that up, right? Like,
yeah, I've heard about it. I've heard a ton about it. To be honest with you, I have never actually seen the real protocol.
Yeah.
But again, I talk to guys all the time, and they're like, "Yeah, man, I'm used to eating chicken and almonds, boiled chicken and almonds."
The boiled chicken, that's what we had.
Yeah.
It was so bad, bro.
Yeah, I bet it was, man.
Yo,
I bet it was.
But I made weight like a champ. Yeah. And you know what it was with him? I think which was great was the refuel. Yeah. I remember we had like you get like rice cakes with the honey, like eat 2 rice cakes with honey, and we had this drink that we made first.
Yeah.
And like oh my gosh, I'm trying to think of the names. There was a few things that were like hard to get, like some
like
of the
Vitargo, dextrose, just like a carb supplement.
Yeah, the carb supplements. There was a few that were hard to get though. I remember you needed to bring them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like some countries didn't have them, so you always had to bring it on the plane and stuff like that.
Yep.
Like when I went to Guam, I think we were all able to get the stuff because I remember like in Guam it was like me and a few other guys on the card, but. Yeah, man, reminding me of the good old days, a Lockhart diet.
Yeah, man.
That was a classic, bro.
Yeah. And again, you got to think about it. He kind of put that out as like a cookie cutter type of plan, right? Where one size fits all. Nowadays, and again, the more he's kind of developed his system, and again, the more I've developed my system, the more research that's out there, and again, these people way smarter than I am, put out their research and everything. It's kind of developed over the years to where, you don't have to be so strict to that one specific dextrose or, that one specific Vitargo. Hey, if, you're in Guam and they don't have that kind of supplement, well, hey, we're going to have to try and figure something out to get you a carb in somehow, some way, right? So.
Damn, yeah, for sure. And then, and how about like with the evolution of the making the meals healthy? Do you like, do you get like, do you see what they need and like, do you think of like different dishes you want to make or like for like the dinners and stuff, like to spice it up, or how does that work?
Yeah, man. So again, the further out I'm working with an athlete, the easier that kind of stuff becomes. Because again, I know how many calories they're eating at that certain time. I know how much protein, how much carbs, how much fat, etc. Right, and from there I can always adjust. Right, and I'll get the information a few days before. I'll kind of hit them up, be like, hey, what kind of food do you like? Right, and if they're Hispanic, I'll try to make think of some Hispanic dishes that I can come up with. If they're Asian, I can try to think of an Asian dish or whatever it may be. Right, so again, it just kind of depends, and it depends on what season you're in and what's available in the grocery store and what's easy and accessible to find. Sometimes an athlete tells you, hey, I love fish, but you get to the market and the fish that's there kind of looks pretty nasty, and you're like, what, maybe I'm gonna have to kind of divert somehow, some way. But again, it's kind of just case dependent.
Yeah. So you were in Utah just recently with for the Dustin Porier fight.
Yeah.
How was Utah like? I never been to Utah.
Dude, Utah was
Did you get like a feel for the city when you were there?
Ish. We had a sick Airbnb out in the mountains, man. There were a bunch of real cool hikes that we were doing pretty much on the daily out there, and yeah, man, that place was beautiful. I definitely want to go back at a time where I'm not working, so I can kind of enjoy it a little more. But yeah, that was honestly one of my favorite trips.
And the weather, what was the weather like around now? Was it like kind of winter? Was it kind of cold? Or
No.
It was the summer. It was summer.
Yeah. It was summer, dude. It was hot, man. It was hot. I want to say it was close to between 90 and 100 degrees, something like that. And you felt it because the air was dry, and it felt a little cooler than Vegas, but similar.
Yeah. So Dustin went from Florida there.
Yeah.
So he wasn't going to acclimate that long for training camp, huh? Because 10 days, is that enough to acclimate? I don't know, bro. What do you think about how did you feel? Because you train with the boys whenever you go on these trips. Since you train, you're always training, right?
Yeah, I mean, again, as much as the athlete kind of wants me to be around their camp is as much as I am. I don't necessarily. Dustin kind of does his own thing. He brings out Sabah Hamazi. He's one of his training partners, and they kind of they do their own thing in terms of MMA. But yeah, I did kind of go on runs with the team, and I went on hikes and whatnot. I felt the acclimation a little bit, right. It definitely didn't feel normal, but honestly, it didn't feel as bad as I thought it would. And Dustin said he felt great. He was also sleeping in a
hyperbaric chamber, like one of those tents.
Yeah, it was like an altitude tent.
Altitude
tent. So he's kind of while here in Florida, he was
sleeping in one of those tents.
Yeah.
I heard that you can't. I heard that doesn't work though. I heard you only can acclimate by being there. I heard because I heard like every time you go back to normal, your body like doesn't. I don't know. I've heard some real myths about that one. Yeah,
man. There's
elevation and stuff.
There's a lot out there, man. I try to stick to my thing. I'm the food guy, but
This episode of the Honey Badger Hour podcast is brought to you by the Original Clippers Barbershop, located on 14227 South Dixie Highway. Make an appointment today. You can find them on the Booksy booking app or call 305-964-7882. More than 20 plus years in the game, and that's the Original Clippers Barbershop. Master barbers for a master fighter. Is Utah where Kamaru Usman got knocked out?
Yep, same head kick, man.
By Leon Edwards?
Yep, same head kick, man. It's crazy.
The head
kick.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. And it was the same one that DP got hit with, man.
With the same side leg.
Yeah, but
we just trained. We were doing that at the end right now.
Yeah,
man, I gotta show that. I don't even know, bro. That's just I forgot about that. Yeah, we were just naturally doing that. We were just training now before.
Yeah, the craziest part is, dude, Leon throws head kicks, and DP was prepared for pretty much everything except for a head kick. Who knew Justin Gaethje would throw a head kick?
Yeah, bro. When's the last time? When's he ever? But he started throwing it earlier in the fight, right?
I think he threw 3. Again, I've never seen him throw a head kick, and I like to watch Justin Gaethje fight, man. He's a fun fighter to watch, but that's the sport we play, man.
Yeah, and think about it, right? Like, he always throws those low kicks. So you just think, right? He never goes high.
Yeah.
He's probably like me, dog. You know what I'm saying, dog?
Yeah, exactly.
Probably got those low hits where it's like it's strong, but it's not, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because he had this crazy torque where, like, he can be, like, real tight range, just like, and just, like, flick that leg. Boom, boom. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Perfectly placed, man. And, like I said, man, it
was like one of the ones that wrapped around the ear.
Yep, that's exactly it.
Yeah, but it wasn't a cardio thing or anything like that for that.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying?
It was early in the second round, I think.
Bro.
Yeah.
That's fighting, dog.
That's it, bro.
That's what it is about the sport. Those guys can fight 10 times, and then it's going to be 5 for 5 every time,
Yep.
And they can even finish each other, boom, bum, bum, you know?
Yeah. Especially at that level.
So the first fight Did Dustin won by
TKO.
By TKO,
I think fourth
right?
round. It was a war, bro.
That was the war. That was the one.
Yeah, it was those types of fights that you don't like watching your boys fight in. You're like,
Yeah.
dude, come on, man, just hurry up and finish him.
Were you working with Dustin Poirier for part one?
No.
Or that was
No, I started working with Dustin a little bit before the Khabib fight. I think he was getting ready for Nate Diaz.
Okay.
And I was kind of in and out, and then he got a few things fixed on his body, and then we started working like pretty much full time for since the Khabib fight.
Oh, dope, man. So that was
Yeah.
your first introduction to working with Dustin and stuff like this?
Yep.
And how'd you get working with Dustin? How did
George
you
was
get that-
working with him for a little while, but again, kind of DP was looking to kind of do his own thing, and I was around him working with or training under Phil.
Ah, nice.
So
Yes,
Phil
that's
kind of
right. That was
introduced
like the
us,
connection,
and
huh?
yeah, and then again, never look back from there.
Yeah, man, that's dope. And then, so when you go with him, you go on fight week, you making all the meals and everything,
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
all the stuff ready and prep
Yeah.
for the boys. Oh, nice. So how many fights? So Khabib, what was the next one after Khabib?
After Habib, I can't remember what was after Habib, but then
think
he
so
had
many-
two
but he had,
Connors.
like, a wins,
he had
right?
a Charles Oliveira.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, I think honestly after Habib, he took a little bit of a break and then went Connor, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, maybe.
If I'm not mistaken.
That's dope, man. Yeah, so you went from Houston and then, so that was a crazy month for you, huh? So you went from Utah. Where did you go after Utah?
From Utah, I went to San Antonio with Elvin.
Oh, wow. How long were you in San Antonio for?
For the fight week, for just a week, yeah.
Nice. To help Evelyn. And you were getting all the meals ready for Evelyn and stuff like this?
Yep. I was cooking for Elvin. I was there for his weight cut.
Elvin's the man. He was on
him.
episode 2. We had Evelyn on recently.
Elvin is the man.
We said we're gonna get him back now. He's gotta come back to the new studio, you know?
Yeah. Get him in here.
He came when we only had the one camera still, so I needed. Oh, did we do the switch? Oh yeah. We had a good chat, bro. Elvin's the man. I love that guy, bro.
Yeah, he's an awesome dude, bro.
He's a good representation for Miami. He's like a good next thing for us.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
man.
saying, bro?
Yeah. Hopefully he fights again by the end of the year and gets another big win, and who knows what happens next, man. But yeah, he's a cool dude.
Do you work with a lot of local Miami fighters?
In all honesty, I don't have as many local guys as I do kind of. I work with guys from all over the world, man.
It's crazy, right? Yeah, I saw that. So then, all right. So Elvin, you had Elvin in San Antonio, and then you were just in Bellator recently too. Was that all connected?
No, I was at PFL.
Or PFL.
I went from one PFL. I took a little bit of a break in between. I went to Austin, just kind of hung out, trained a little bit out there. And
you did?
Yeah.
Where'd you train at?
10th Planet. I rolled at B Team a bit.
You trained at 10th Planet?
Dude, that was awesome. Yeah, 10th Planet was a good experience.
Did you train with Kamoy? With who's the coach? Who's the coach there at 10th Planet?
Gabriel, some redhead dude. He was,
my bad.
He was sick.
This guy doesn't train at 10th Planet. This guy trains at Gabriel Tootle or something like that. Gabriel, no, 10th Planet.
I forgot his last
I'm sorry,
name.
I'm getting 10th Planet mixed up with On It. Or was it?
Yeah,
on
I think
it?
they're part of the. I think they're like connected somehow, some way.
This guy that I'm talking about, Kamoy, his Instagram is rated R rated.
I don't know. Is his first name Kyle?
No.
Kyle was the striking coach there.
Okay. So that gym was at On It.
No, I think On It was like across the street, and they told me something about them being connected in some way. I didn't really ask too many questions, but I remember one day they were like, "Hey, you should go take an ice bath across the street," and I'm like, "Where? You guys have an ice bath?" And they're like, "Yeah, you can just go over to the On It gym. We're connected." And I was like, "All right, cool," but I'm a Miami boy, so the cold, I'm scared of the cold.
Yeah, you don't do ice baths?
Man, I know I should for sure, man. My body needs it, especially, man. Training with these guys, my body's pretty beat up, but
yeah.
But yeah, man, I don't really.
No, I can't. I hate that. I'm bad at the
Yeah,
ice bath.
me too,
dog.
bro.
I can do sauna all day.
Me
You know
too.
what I'm saying? I don't mind sauna.
Me too, man.
I can do ice bath, but like, all right. In Thailand, they had a lot of spots with like ice baths and sauna, but there would always be like, I don't know. For some reason, they never had like a spot. I mean, they do, but in Phuket at the time, there just wasn't like a. If I want to do ice bath, I want to do like a cold plunge. I want to have like a hot sauna, you know. So when it be like in the sauna, like mad, like so you want to go crazy, and then you just jump right into the cold, you know, like shock your body, bam, bam, bam. That's the best, you know.
Dude, I got a story for you, bro. One time we were at the PI, and I can't remember who I was working with, but they knew I was scared of the cold, bro. And they had told me, they're like, "Nah, man, you got to jump into the cold tub. You got to jump into the cold tub." And I was in the hot tub, in the jacuzzi. I don't know if you've seen the setup, but there's maybe like a 1 foot wall in between the hot tub and the cold tub.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there in the hot tub sweating, bro. I was in there for like maybe 30, 45 minutes, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna jump into the cold tub. I jumped into the cold tub. My feet hit the bottom of the pool. I was like, nope. I jumped right back out, right into the hot tub, and I was shivering. I was still shivering in the hot tub for like 5 whole minutes, like shivering, dude. Full. Yeah, man, it was awful, bro.
How long did your feet go in, bro?
Like, not even 3 seconds. My feet hit the bottom of the pool, and I was like, nope, I got out.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
you
man.
gotta fight that one, you know?
I gotta start
it's
slow,
hard.
bro. I gotta start slow, man. I gotta start with like cold showers, and then maybe, you know, a little less cold, and then start working my way down to the 30s and 40s or whatever.
Oh man, no, that was one of the things I missed about Thailand, bro. They had a lot of like spas like that, for, like for real cheap. They have like, so in Phuket, what they had was a lot of wet like steam rooms.
Okay.
In one Phuket, there's this one in the circle that everybody used to go to, right? It was so dope, bro. You get like, they have like a super cheap like $5, $3 massages right here, right?
Oh, nice.
So you get like a good massage,
Yeah.
and then they give you like a robe and everything to go into. You can wear like, you wrap it up like Thai style, like
Yeah.
kickboxer, you know?
Yeah,
Like, if you know
yeah.
how, like my students, like my Thai students, they would show me how to do it, like to do the tie up, you know? So you're looking like a legend there, you know?
Yeah.
Looking like a local, but you can just go in there with your regular shorts. Most people just go with their basketball
Sure.
shorts, you know? Or like their training shorts.
Yeah.
And then, but they have like this big black, like plastic tub, and they bring ice at like 2 o'clock every day or like 3 o'clock. So you gotta wait till like that time, you know. But when the ice comes out, I'm talking about and they bring out the ice, bro. It's like the guys, they like they hit it up with like ash, and they just get these big blocks and just throw it in there like, you know.
Yeah.
And then they have like a super super hot wet sauna, like a wet steam room.
Yeah.
So you can just chill in there, like it's like hot. You can chill in there, and you can jump out, and then you jump right into the. But bro, the thing is so cold because when you jump in, the cubes are like hitting your face and like neck, you know. So like if you really go in all the way, you really gotta like, oh my god, it's crazy.
Is
dog.
it deep?
It's like about 3 feet, you know. So like you can go in there, like it's a pretty big, yeah. Cause like and to get out is kind of hard. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a big tub and it's not
And
like
your
a bathroom.
feet are numb.
Yeah, your
Yeah.
feet are numb, and you're like, you gotta, like take your feet and like go over the ledge.
Yeah.
And when you want to get out mad cold, you're like, oh, and you're just like, yo, you get some crazy power to jump out. You know?
I'm sure, bro.
But you just gotta breathe, dog, and take it. But
Yeah,
I wasn't
I know,
good with
man.
it. I feel you. I wasn't good
I'm
with
terrible with that. I gotta have somebody in there holding my shoulders down, like, no, don't get out, bro. You
it.
know?
Yeah, because you feel amazing when it's over. You
Yeah.
feel absolutely amazing.
Yeah, for sure. Even when I take cold showers, which aren't really that cold, but even the cold showers help me feel a little more awake, a little better, you know, a little more alert.
So, my boy Shay Walsh, he takes cold showers every morning. Every morning when he wakes up. When we were in Vegas just recently, he's like, it was crazy to me, dog. He just goes in, he just takes like a boom cold shower and just like hits his body right away, bro. And like he says, you feel amazing when you get out, you know.
Yeah, I feel like I need to start doing that every day. At least that to start before I get into the cold tub, bro.
Yeah, for sure. That's a
Yeah.
good little like introduction, you know.
Yeah, warm up.
And the
Cool down.
showers,
Cool up.
the showers in Miami, it's hard to get cold, bro, because the pipes are hot.
Yeah,
here. So
I'm cool with that.
Everything is hot here.
I'm cool with that, bro. I'm cool with that. That's my style. That's my speed.
Yeah, I know. Me too. It's funny though. Like everybody listens to Joe Rogan and stuff like this, or like everybody listens to a couple podcasts and hours. You know what's crazy to me is people who do ice bath and that stuff, and they don't train. That I don't understand. That's just crazy to me. Like, I don't know what's the point of jumping in the cold shower. I mean,
You're asking the wrong guy, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand
You're asking
when
the wrong person, bro.
I understand when you're sore. You know what I mean? And like, I do it when I need it. You know what I mean? Like after a hard sparring. Oh, and Tiger and in Bang Tao, my boys' gym in Thailand, they have a big cold plunge. Big bath right outside. So like right after sparring, dog, we bow out like at the 5 o'clock sparring on Friday, and everybody jumps in or after wrestling, you can just jump in the ice baths. Same thing. The ice comes like at 4 o'clock. So the training is at 4. So when you're training in the wrestling mats, you already see like you already see the people bringing in the blocks of ice.
Yeah.
That was the best. After training, bro, you train, you have a hard roofless sparring session, and then you jump in the ice water.
I bet it feels great, man.
It was like just 10 fighters just chilling there, all hanging out. Like,
I
it's
bet it
crazy.
feels great.
It was amazing. That was dope. But wasn't the cleanest, you know what I'm saying?
I'm sure, dude. And I can't do that, bro.
You do like a couple, imagine like 15, 20 savages after sparring.
They all sweaty and...
From 30 different countries, dog.
Oh.
Russia,
kinds of
America,
diseases.
Mexico, Thailand,
yeah.
China, Kyrgyzstan, like, yeah, everywhere.
That's pretty cool, man.
Saudi Arabia, Middle East, you know what I mean? Lebanon, everybody's just jumping in there, hanging out.
Yeah, that's dope.
It's good times, man.
I bet, man.
But like I said, I don't understand about doing it without the heat. That's the part that trips me out. You know?
I mean, there's plenty of other benefits to it. I mean, it definitely wakes you up. It definitely gives you some alertness, and I'm sure there's other, benefits to it. Even just shivering can make you lose burn calories, right? It's movement. So yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man. I've heard of some stories from back in the Lockhart days, actually, where he would tell me that he was in the Marine Corps. And I guess it was a fight that he was getting ready for, and he couldn't necessarily train as much as he needed to. But what he would do is, like, I guess, sleep out in the cold or stay out in the cold for an extended period of time to where he would shiver, and that would, again, just give him enough movement to burn enough calories to get his weight down. So, I mean,
no way, really?
I don't really know the exact story. I can't remember that, but yeah, I remember I had to do something with him shivering just to, again, burn some calories and lose some weight.
Oh, speaking of losing weight, oh yeah, perfect. I'm glad we got into this. God, you just reminded me. One of the main things I wanted to ask you. So when you go for these guys, right? You make their meals, and you're also helping them with the weight cut and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
Okay, what is your weight cutting preferred methods for sauna versus hot tub? A lot of people don't know this. So like some fighters, they lose weight in different ways. Some guys use the sauna. But a lot of guys nowadays are saying they prefer to do the hot tub. Do you have a preference or on which one?
I think it really and truthfully comes down to where the athlete is comfortable. Again, everybody has their own preference. Everybody's got their, previous, I guess experiences, and some guys don't like being in the bathtub. Some guys don't like being in the sauna. Some guys like being in a portable sauna or one where their head is sticking out, right? Everyone's got their own, their own thing to it. But at the end of the day, you got to think about it. It's a marathon, not a sprint, right? So again, I want the athlete to be as comfortable as they can be in that specific moment. So if they're a sauna kind of guy, then go sauna. If they're a bath kind of guy, then go bath. But, again, if somebody's pretty green, they haven't really used either or, I would suggest that throughout their camp, they kind of do both and experience what it feels like in both, modalities and see where they feel best at, right? Of course, they're still in camp. They're not in the final weight cut phase, so they should still be drinking water in there. But again, just feel what it's like to kind of have hot water surrounding your entire body and being under that water. And maybe you get anxious being in an enclosed space.
Yeah, like the tub, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
And you also got to think too, right? What's going to be available for you come fight week, right? Whether I just had this. This experience with a fighter that was fighting in Bellator, and she went out to Japan, and she was telling me, like, dude, there's no saunas out here. She found one sauna, and it was, I don't know, I want to say 30, 45 minutes away from where she was at, and it was pretty interesting the way that their culture kind of had it set up to where there were people waiting outside, right? I guess it was a limited amount of people that can be in the sauna, and the minute she would leave the sauna because she needed a break from the heat, somebody would come in and take her spot. So she couldn't get back into the sauna for another, 30, 45 minutes until her turn was back up in line. You also got to think, maybe your hotel doesn't have a bathtub, right? So you're kind of forced to find. A lot of hotels don't have a bathtub. Yeah, man. So again, I don't necessarily have a preference, although there are pros and cons to both styles, both ways. And, again, it comes down to what the athlete's comfortable in and what we've got available.
True. What do you do if you don't have a bathtub or a sauna? Have you done it the old school way? When's the last time you've done it like just
where they work it off?
Sauna suit and working it off, which I've done for. I used to like working it off,
Yeah, again,
everybody's different, right? So people still work it off, right?
Yeah. I had a guy actually recently that told me the same thing. He's like, I like to work it off, and I would definitely say you have to tread that fine line to where you're working on low calories or lower calories at that point as you would, at the beginning of your camp. You're working off of not having sodium, working off of not having carbohydrates. So you don't want to go into, a workout and try to kill yourself, right? You want to kind of pace it out. a lot of guys actually like to run as well. Again, I'm just a food guy, so I leave it up to them, but I do kind of warn them, speaking to strength and conditioning experts like Phil DeRue, that eccentric motion of running, right, where, again, if you kind of break down the movement, you're on one leg kind of slowly lowering yourself as you're running, right, as opposed to when you're walking, both feet are on the ground at one time. So, that kind of lowering yourself down on one leg over and over and over again can leave your legs sore, especially when you don't have that salt to recover, those carbs to recover, maybe, for X amount of time. Obviously, you're going to rehydrate before your fight, but, you definitely got to be careful, and you kind of have to, again, tread that line. And at that point, I say, look, have a sauna nearby or, some sort of, warm wrap, maybe a sauna blanket, be in a room where you can kind of turn the heater on and put some blankets over you to where if you do get tired and your legs kind of do start feeling it and you need a break, give yourself that break where you kind of stop moving.
Mummy up, right?
And you mummy up and you just keep your sweat rolling in that session, right? So you got to be careful, but yeah, it's doable.
There's so many wild ones. Oh, the running thing, bro. One time I was fighting in Manila, right? And then my corner man, my boy Luke, all right, he was cornering my homegirl, Tiffany, the week before I fought. So we both fighting in one championship, Mm-hmm. They had a lot of cards at the time. So she was fighting in the Jakarta card, but he was helping. So we were all training together in Phuket, Thailand, right? Okay. We're all training in Tiger Muay Thai. So he came down like a month early from California and to train with me for my fight and then help me get ready because I was fighting a grappler who's like a good back take guy and Luke was good on the back. That was his thing, you know what I'm saying? So then my homegirl was fighting for the title too, like a week before me. So we had like a sick-ass training camp at Tiger, you know what I'm saying? I had my boy Luke there, I had my girl Tiffany there. So he was helping us both get ready. So the first week, though, he went with her on Sunday. So meaning like, all right, she fought the weekend before me. So for me, I was flying to Manila on Monday to fight on Friday in 1FC. She fought on Friday in Jakarta in Indonesia, which is like another like 3 hours away in airplane, Sure. So we did the whole training camp, but then I was going to meet him. When I was fighting in the Manila card, he was going to meet me on Monday, and he was flying from Sunday night because her fight was on Friday, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So he was going to fly from Jakarta and to Phuket and then be in Phuket for like 10 hours, and then me and him were going to go to Manila. Okay. But she got banged up in her fight real bad, and her eyes got swollen shut, both her eyes. And she had a 5-round war and lost, right? And then she couldn't open her eyes and she couldn't fly. So he was stuck with her in Jakarta because he couldn't leave her, bro, because she couldn't see. Her eyes were swollen shut for like 2 days. He had to wait for her eyes to open up, you know what I'm saying? So, and then George, this is my boy Lou, I'm talking, right? George and Pete. Okay. They weren't flying in till Thursday because George had to work. They work at Tiger, so they had to teach all week. Sure. So I was just gonna be with Luke because on 1FC you have to leave like on Monday. On Monday you leave to go to the event, to the show for fight week. Monday starts fight week, and then you fight on Friday. So when I got to Manila, Luke was delayed, so then they had to change his flight. So he came straight from Jakarta to Manila, but he didn't get in till like Wednesday. And I had the first weigh-in. I had to do my first weigh-in by myself. The first weigh-in was on Wednesday. Okay. And since I was alone in Manila the whole week, I just started running, dog. I just ran every day to make weight because I was still a little bit over. I was like 10 pounds over or whatever. Okay. But it's 1FC with the hydration thing. So I had like space, but I was still... Anyways, I had to make weight, dog. And because I didn't have any cornermen or anything, I just started running, and then my legs were so sore, dog. Yeah. Because then I was like in the best shape of my life for this fight, but I didn't run the whole camp. You know what I'm saying? So then on fight week, I have no cornerman. I'm like a little bit overweight. I'm alone in the hotel. I'm like, damn, I got to start training. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So then I just went for a run in the morning, and then I just felt so good, dog. And I'm like, oh, I just kept running. And I ran so much. I came back. I was like, oh, nice. My weight is perfect, But bro, like I ran on Monday, I ran on Tuesday, and then on Wednesday, my legs were so sore, dog. I was like, oh, fuck. Yeah. And I was laughing. I was like, yo, homie. I was kind of freaking out in my head. I was like, oh my God, I hope my legs come back by Friday. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So.
Yeah, man. I've heard the same thing.
I don't know if it happened to any other fighters, but I did. That was the fight where I got the knockout. So, you know what I'm saying? It was my good luck charm. But
there you go, man.
Yeah. My boy Luke, that was a crazy, Luke had a crazy week. He was cornering back-to-back weekends. But the first weekend, you never know what's going to happen when you fight, dog. Yeah. So thank God she had a good, he had to help her go to the bathroom and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Man. Poor chick, man.
Yeah, it was wild.
Yeah, that's why that's why I say you got to be careful, especially running. You know, you're definitely not conditioned to it, especially if you weren't running all of camp. You know, and even before that, right? So in that case, if for whatever reason someone's listening and they've got questions, or hopefully you end up fighting again, and you know, hopefully that doesn't happen. But if for whatever reason it does, and you know, I say do something that you're conditioned to do. Again, throw your sweet sweat, your sauna suit on, try to get the room warm. You know, I guess just not cool, right? Warm enough to where you're able to break a sweat, and yeah, just again shadow box, jump rope, you know, do some jumping jacks, things that are gonna be light on your body and things that your body's already used to. So
yeah, that's how we used to do in China, dog, bro. Sometimes in China you fight and it's mad cold out there and there's nothing. You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes we would just turn the room into a sauna. Yeah, we just move the beds. You ever done that? Like we just move all the beds. It's crazy what you can do in a hotel room, bro.
Dude,
it's amazing what I've turned hotel rooms into. You know what me and G, when G cornered me in 1FC, and we fought in the Corona pandemic, so like we couldn't leave to train, so we had to just train in the hotel. We trained in the room a few times. Yeah, it's amazing how much space you can make. You know? But yeah, that's what we used to do. We used to just turn the heat on in the room, turn the heat on as much as you can. Yeah. That's how we used to make the sweat. We used to turn the heat on as much as you can, and then in the bathroom, put the hot water in the bathroom so the bathroom makes steams like a steam. Yeah. So I did that with Ali Matami. I did it with a few of the homies, you know. And then we just do mat pads. We start off with the pads in the hotel room, and then when you're done, we go into the bathroom, and then we steam up in the bathroom, lay on the floor. Yeah. Oh my gosh, the craziness. You know what I'm saying?
I always think of that when I go into a hotel room, like just a vacation or something. I'm like, oh man, I've done some pretty nasty things. Just like lose so much weight worth of sweat all over this. I'm like, I wonder if anybody's like cut weight or what other nasty shit has gone on in here.
Oh my gosh, what do the people who work in hotels think? When you come back and there's 52 with the towels.
Yeah, and they're all sweaty and nasty.
You know what I'm saying? What do they
smell like sweet sweat.
You know what we've done? And like, sweet sweat everywhere. And then like, yo, you know how it is. You get when you mummy up, if you mummy up and sometimes you mummy up in the extra bed, you know, you go in the other bed. Yeah. Those poor ladies that work in the the fighters.
I always try to leave them like, you know, $20 or something. Just like, look, just don't tell anyone what we did in here.
Yeah, we get mad towels always, you know. Like I remember just recently for Volk's fight, when he was getting ready too, same thing. We had everybody, like all the rooms, everybody ordered like 15 towels. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? To get ready. They had a few. They had him and Dan. You know what I'm saying?
And the good thing is those promotions, they usually provide a bunch of towels with like in the workout rooms and stuff. So I don't really know, you know, I'm sure that they know what's going on.
Yeah, oh yeah, and you're usually working in the bigger. So you've been working mostly the bigger shows recently. You've been working Bellator. Yo, you've worked in all. You've traveled in all the shows, huh?
Not one. I actually have never traveled for one.
Oh,
I've never traveled for one, thankfully, because those are usually some pretty long flights. Now they're starting to dabble into the States now. Times. Yeah. But
have you ever? Weight cutting. What's crazy about weight cutting is that, man, people die from weight cutting, right?
Yeah, man.
Weight cutting can kill you, can it?
For sure. Yeah,
I mean, a fighter died. You know why one championship does the hydration thing now? Why they changed their hydration rule and they took out the
somebody
weight cutting?
Died recently, right?
Because somebody died.
Yeah,
cutting weight, bro.
Yeah, man, and
in
there was
sauna. Can you imagine?
Yeah,
dying cutting weight to fight, bro.
For pennies too, which is the worst part, man. I mean, compared to what your life is worth, it's pennies, bro. Again, it's not.
Yes, exactly, bro.
I'm being really optimistic, and you know. I think I'm being a little overly optimistic, but I kind of see weight cutting being phased out, you know, eventually, right? And maybe not in our lifetime, but, you know, pretty soon, man. I see promotions like the PFL doing these tournament styles where it's back to back. You gotta stay light, man. You can't be getting heavy, and again, you know, I think there's a time and a place for weight cutting. Maybe there's a short notice fight, but even then, man, I think that these fighters are messing things up more so out of camp, right, where they're kind of blowing up and they're not really training as much as they should or as often as they should, as efficiently as they should. You know, they're kind of not really tracking what they're eating, and they're kind of going all crazy, eating whatever they want, and you know, it and at the end of the day falls on them. But I hope that, you know.
Yeah, listen, it is a fighter's responsibility to stay maintained close to weight, but it's also your choice to fight those weight classes. But there's not enough weight classes in MMA. That's another thing, bro.
I don't know, man.
What do you think?
I think
there's a lot more weight classes in boxing. That's why there's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but at the end of the day, bro, if you add more weight classes, there's just going to be more guys trying to cut down to those weight classes. Again.
So how do you take out this cutting weight? Or what do you do, bro? Because, yeah, it's like I said, I fought in the one championship where I didn't cut weight. I fought 10 pounds over my last 10 fights, but I felt good doing like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and again, like I said, there's pros and cons to cutting weight. You know, you're able to take short notice fights, whatever. Let's say you want to be a little bit bigger than the person in the cage. That's
Yeah,
again
you don't
all
want to take
good
short
and
notice
fine.
fight and
But
cut weight.
well, no, but what I'm saying is more so like, let's say, you know, there's an opportunity where this guy's fight pulls out. You know, the original fight, one of them got injured, and now there's an opportunity for you to join the UFC.
Oh, and then you have to cut weight.
You know,
so,
yeah.
There's times when you have to do it.
For sure,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
again,
yeah, I got you. Meaning, like, if you didn't know you were going to fight in the UFC and then you get a call,
Yeah.
okay, then you got to make the weight. Yeah, once in a while. Okay, so you're saying there's a time and place for it.
for sure, man.
Yeah,
and
like it happens. It's normal.
yeah, of course, you know, and like I said, I think that there is certain things that they, like organizations, teams, coaches, management can do to eliminate it, or at least kind of just make it a little safer. You know, like maybe not daily check-ins, but, you know, weekly, you know, monthly. Again, maybe if an athlete's injured or something, you know, just make sure that they're doing whatever they can to stay close to their, you know, fight weight. You know, whether it's dieting or, hey, you know, you have a broken hand, that's fine, but you can still walk. You know, go out and get 15,000 steps today, 10,000 steps today, right?
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
do cage side weigh-ins where, hey, right before you step in the cage, you're going to have to step on the scale. So,
That'll be dope.
right? And maybe not do it to where, you know, you could just say, hey, you're going to fight from 170 to 175. So you don't necessarily have to worry about, hey, you know, am I drinking enough water or whatever it may be. But, and again, sure, that may come up with other issues where guys are still going to try to beat the system. But it's going to put a speed bump there to where you're like, okay, I'm going to still maybe speed through the speed bump, but I got to slow down a little bit, right? And, you know, I think there's just some things that are going to have to be put in place over the course of time. And, you know, they're going to have to try it out. They're going to have to see, hey, does this work? What's going wrong with this? How is this not happening? You know, how can we, I guess, go over this problem that arose from this rule set or whatever it may be? But, you know, again, I think that there is some certain things, but at the end of the day, it really shouldn't fall on the promotion or the commission. I think it really should fall on the team, right? Make sure that your teammates are just the same way that a coach would be mad at you for skipping your training sessions. Hey, why weren't you training last night? Same way they should kind of, again, get on their ass about, hey, why is your weight so high? Or, hey, why are you fighting in this weight class? Maybe you should kind of focus a little more on your performance as opposed to being the bigger guy, man. So
That's what I'm saying. No, because a lot of times they come in so people are so focused on making the weight that all the skills training goes out the window. The whole camp just comes about trying to make weight.
Yeah.
And
It's
you're
fat
not
camp.
getting better. Yeah, it's fat
it's
camp.
fat camp,
bro.
not
It's
fight
crazy.
camp. But again, that's on them, man. That's on
Yeah.
them and their team. And some old school coaches are trying to push that agenda to where, oh yeah, you got to be the bigger guy. No, you got to be this. And you know, at the end of the day, it's like, nah, man, you have to
be
go
the
in
better
there.
fighter.
Yeah, you have to go in there and you have to throw punches. You have to throw kicks. You have to throw knees. You have to be careful with all that shit too. Like, you can't be worried about making a certain weight class, man. So
Yeah, you should be worried about like defending rear naked chokes and
for sure,
back defense and
That's what you
there's
get paid
gotta be
for.
something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That better than that, yeah.
you're a fighter.
I hope that we do go back to the natural weight classes. Like, I mean, not back, but I hope that would be ideal. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
like that's for sure the best route. I agree, man. You've seen the way some of these fighters look when they get on the scale. You know, like it's crazy. Some
It's
of these
sad.
guys, they get close to death's door, man.
It's sad.
It's nuts, bro.
It's sad, man.
And
And
a lot
then
of
they
people
have to go
passed
out.
out and got injured, and then you gotta. It's like it's crazy, right? You're making yourself. You're doing the absolute. You're killing your body just before the day of you need to be in the most best physical performance of your life.
Yeah.
It's so counterproductive. It's like, yo, that's what weight cutting is. It's like, yo, let's see. That's what fighting. That's MMA when you guys fight. It's like, let's see who can get the closest to death, and then recover let's see who can get the closest to death and recover better and fight day.
Instead of peaking their whole camp, right, and you know, peaking at their fight date, they're doing this, and then they're hoping to be up within 24 to 36 hours, you know, and it's just not realistic. It's sad, dude. It's sad, really.
Do you what do you feel? Oh, I know, but see, what's the thing? Fighters are so honorary though. Some guys rather risk death than miss their contract weight and miss weight. You know what I'm saying? Where sometimes that's gonna be a tough part. Where like you got to make the decision. Like, all right, I'm gonna miss this weight. You know what I mean? This weight's not worth the.
But
You know what I'm talking about? Like when
that's a
guys
B-
miss weight.
that's
So what do you
BS
think about?
to
Is
me.
that cheating when a guy misses weight in fights?
Look, that thought process right there is BS to me, right? Why? Because it's like, dude, if you were so worried about making that weight, then why did you sign the contract at that weight when you knew that you were X amount over your fight.
That's how
You know,
it-
if you were so worried, then why 8 weeks out were you messing around with your diet because you didn't have enough time? Like, why? You know, that's on you, not on you the fight week for making that weight. That's on you 8 weeks ago for not.
Oh no, for sure.
Not being disciplined and not being ready and not being, you know, that's where you're not honoring your contract. Out of camp, 8 weeks out, 12 weeks out, when you're fat, that's where you're messing up, not the fight week, you know. So
There needs to be a higher penalty for the missing weight. Yo, in Japan, they make it like almost impossible for you to win a fight. If you miss weight, they take like half your money. You get like a yellow card. You gotta sometimes, like a lot of times in Japan, if you miss weight, like in Risen, if you miss weight, you gotta win by finish usually.
yeah,
You can't win the fight. I think if they made because like the boys made an argument about that, because like a lot of these fighters that miss weight, some of these guys are paid, bro. Like, or like some of these, a lot of these, not some of these fighters are paid, but there's a lot of fighters overseas that they get like sponsored by like different people or like countries, you know what I'm saying, that like back their athletes, you know what I'm saying? So they make a lot of money. So then like they're fighting, but they're not fighting for the UFC contracts, you know what I'm saying? They're fighting like for like their country and like the team and stuff like that, and they get paid through all those other routes, you know what I mean?
So
Like,
who cares about the promotion money?
so then they miss weight. They don't care
Yeah.
about the fees and stuff like this. I know the boys are talking about that because this guy Shane Young was gonna be fighting on the card. This will be out. The fight will be out before, but Shane Young, you know, like the guy he had a fight. He fought this dude who missed weight by a bunch of weight. This Slovakian guy, I think that I trained with him in Tiger. That guy was a monster, bro. Holy snap, that guy was good.
But
He's
he
a
just
little
didn't
bit.
give
He's a little
shit.
bit different. He's a little bit. Yeah, he missed weight by like 5 pounds. And
Shane just missed weight by like 4 pounds. I know,
Snap,
bro.
that's happening right now.
But you never
I didn't
know
watch
what's
the weigh-ins
going
yet.
on. You never know
I
what's
didn't watch the
going on.
weigh-ins yet, bro.
Yeah,
He missed
yeah.
weight by 4 pounds.
I don't mean to shit on him because
No,
again,
no,
you never
no,
know, bro.
no.
Maybe
That's
maybe he
so
got injured.
what are
or
the
something.
coincidences,
Yeah,
though,
yeah,
dog?
yeah.
Oh my god, bro.
But again, that's on him for, hey, why are you still taking the fight if you have a cut on your foot and you can't run or you can't do X, Y, or Z? You know, and again, I don't know what's going on in that camp. I don't know what he was doing right, what he was doing wrong, but
they don't play that in CKB, bro. They're gonna be.
Is he a CKB guy?
Eugene is gonna be. Oh my god, I didn't know about that, bro.
Yeah,
The
he
fights
missed
were already
weight.
happened about that, but happened by
missed
then.
weight. Again, I never like to knock on it, bro.
No,
because,
no, I
dude, I've
know.
had females, right, where again it's just
Oh.
out of the blue, boom, they get their period, and then their body holds on to water differently, right?
No, things happen, bro. 100%.
Things happen,
Yo, I
right?
missed weight
So-
one time and I crashed my motorbike the week before the fight.
Yeah, but you see
And
in
I
that
fought, and then I couldn't get into dog. My skin was burnt. I fought, bro. I went to the fight. I had so much road rash on me, bro. Like hiding from the promoter. You know what I'm saying?
But my
And I
point
tried
to
to
you
make
is-
weight, and I missed. And bro, I couldn't get. So I was like, I missed weight.
my
know?
point to you
But-
is why'd you sign the contract?
Well, no, I crashed my
Knowing
no,
that
no,
you
no,
couldn't,
No,
knowing that you couldn't.
no, I
you
crashed
know?
my bike the fight week. I crashed my bike. It was, anyways, yeah. No, I'm just saying.
I
couldn't,
got you, man. But yeah,
But it
I've-
happens, though.
I've had that situation where a guy tells me, "Oh man, I can't run because of this. My back hurts,
Oh,
my
yeah,
neck hurts."
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, okay, then if it's so bad that you can't run, pull out of your fight. Move the fight to another date. Catch weight. Because if you can't fucking run
get a
or
catch
walk
weight.
or
Yeah,
train,
yeah.
You're definitely not going to be able to fight. You're definitely not going to be able to step into the cage
I
with
know,
a guy
but
who's
then,
trying to fucking
you know
kill
what
you.
it is though. I'll play devil's advocate. They need the money, bro.
I get it, but
And then you need the money. You don't
I-
get paid
I
if you don't
feel
fight.
you, man. I
right?
feel you,
This
dog,
is what they're
but-
gonna. This is what any fighter that I'm sure this is the game, right? This is the thing. So it's like this is 100%.
I feel you, man, but go sell instructional videos. Go fucking talk
Nah,
to the
but
promotion.
bro,
Tell them to
but
give you
I-
an advance. Go.
But if you're a
find
fighter
other
and you
amp-
don't know, if you're a fighter, and
I
you don't
got
know,
you, man. No, I got you, bro. But now at the end of the day, now you're forfeiting 20% of your purse for missing weight. You're forfeiting 50% of your purse because you're risking losing because you're going out there a step behind.
No, but a lot of guys. But there's a crazy percentage of guys who I don't know.
No, it happens a lot.
But,
It
but
happens a
sometimes you
ton,
miss
dude.
weight and then you win, dog.
No,
That's
yes.
the thing.
Yes,
that's
for
the part
sure.
where it's like fuck, because like then you're like, damn, bro,
For
like
sure.
that's where. Okay. Yeah, man. They might have to give you. You might have to do like Japan style, dog. Like we have to win by finish or something. But that guy did win by. That's crazy. I don't know, dog. That's what I was gonna say. You know,
But then
like,
again, it's like what you said. What if I'm getting money from the outside world, and then on top of that, I'm trying to get a weight advantage. So you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna go in there, miss by 5 pounds, come in
where that's what the boys
15
Yes.
pounds heavier, get my win, move up in the rankings.
Yes.
And it doesn't matter. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Like, so I don't.
That's where Eugene Behrman, when we've had this discussion a couple times in the pod, and that's where That's where they say. I guess that's where they say it's cheating.
Yeah, but
Missing weight, by that much, like 5 pounds,
But you don't know until it happens. So it's like, okay, yeah, sure, that one didn't work. Let's throw that out of the trash and try this new idea. Hey, cage side weigh-ins. Oh, okay, that didn't work. Let's try this idea. Hey, make sure we're checking in on the athlete. Whatever, 4 weeks out, 2 weeks out, the week of, 6 weeks out, whatever. Like just how USADA comes and knocks on your door at 6 a.m. They tell you, hey, step on the scale, bro. Let me see where you're at.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Or whatever. And it doesn't even have to be to that extent. I'm sure that is going to be expensive. But hey, dude, coach should do that.
That's the problem with all that stuff, man.
Coach should do that. You walk into the gym, hey, step on the scale. Let me see where your weight's at. Oh, okay, you're not doing that? Or management, perfect. I'm not signing you up for that fight. You're not ready. You're, 25% over your weight class. There's no way,
Yeah. You know who doesn't cut weight and like is a good representation of that? That's a champion, Valentina Shevchenko. She doesn't cut weight.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. Good
That's
for her,
awesome,
man.
Right?
Good for her, man. I don't think that it's necessary.
She's a fighter's fighter, man. Like she fights. She's like not a fighter's fighter. She's a martial artist, like and through in and throughout. Like she trains, even when she trains for her fights, she trains like a martial. Like it's like she trains every day at the same time with her coach for like 3 hours, and then she goes about her day.
Good for her, man.
Like once a day.
Good for her. Yeah,
I don't know if that's accurate still. Maybe it's changed a lot, but
Sure.
like she used to do like train. She had her session with her coach, and it was no joke session. It was like a 2-3 hour session. You're not talking about like no hour in and out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's the way she did it, bro. She did her sparring, she did her rounds, like every day the same thing. And I've heard Khabib talk about that too, where he says that's how you get better. Just doing the same thing all the time, always doubles. You know, like people want to focus on like all these things. Sometimes we're just like, yo, just boom, boom.
I tell my guys, my MMA guys, right, and it's sad because it's like, oh, I got to fight 8 weeks out. Now I'm going to start hitting the horn, right? And now I'm going to put my foot on the gas. And I'm like, bro, look at Tom Brady. Look at LeBron James. Look at all these guys that are the best in their sport. They're not taking the offseason off. They're still going to strength and conditioning. LeBron James is still in his gym shooting the ball, for an hour and a half a day or whatever it may be, right? I don't know these guys' exact routines, and I'm not saying, hey, go out there and spar, but dude, you should still be hitting the heavy bag. You should still be doing mitts. You should still be, maybe drilling some positional jiu-jitsu or whatever it may be, right? Like, don't just wait till you get a fight to start training.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
And
some people like to break those. Some people do. Like some guys are at the level where they kind of like they take like a month off from the gym, and then when they have a fight, they like gear up. But then that means they'll take like long camps though. A lot of those guys, like professionals,
Yeah, but
I think that's how they used to do back in the day. Like remember the champs used to only fight like once or twice a year.
Yeah.
Well, now the champs are a lot different. Like you got guys like Alex Volkanovski in Israel that are trying to fight 3-4 times a year, bro. It's gangster, bro.
Yeah.
There's never been like a level of like champions like this. Just look back at like Anderson Silva once or twice a year tops. GSP, who else? Bro, these guys are fighting.
But I guarantee you, and again, I don't know these guys' regiment, but I bet you the Izzies and the Volkanovskis of the world, they're, even when they don't have a fight, whatever. I've seen videos of Volkanovski when his hand was messed up, still doing shit with the other hand, like still maybe working on his footwork, still doing stuff. Like year round, they're doing something.
He got surgery, Volk, after the Max Holloway fight. Which fight was it? His last fight. After his last fight, he broke his hand. And he was preparing, bro.
With a broken hand
With a broken hand.
Yeah, for a backup, right?
He was preparing for a backup with a broken hand.
That's gangster to me.
And then showed up and made weight.
That's gangster to me,
for
bro.
the Oliveira fight. Bro,
that's gangster.
He took the cast off not too long before that fight.
Dude, that right there is...
That's wild, right?
That right there is so much cooler to me than a guy's like, oh, yeah, I cut 25, 30 pounds for my last fight. I'm like, dude, that's not impressive to me. Like, that's dumb to me, right? But what is impressive to me is that, dude, this guy's still finding a way, dude. This guy is still finding a way to get better while you're sitting on the couch.
That's crazy, right?
That's gangster, bro.
No, it's legit. And then, like, this guy always eating healthy. That's how you get it. Yeah, is that the 1%? I think it's like those 1%, Like
that's why they consider them the GOAT, bro.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like all the guys at that level, because you got to think, right? Like in the UFC and all these guys that are training, like I'm sure you've cornered so many guys, bro. Like the skill levels at those levels, like they're not much difference in skill.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like on any given night, these guys can beat each other, right?
Yep.
So a lot of it's just about like who's doing the 1%, who's doing the more extras, who's. You know what I mean? The guy who's eating less cheat meals and less... Yeah, it's crazy, bro.
Yeah, that's it, man.
Oh man, my dog. That was a good one, brother. We made it.
Yeah, man.
We had a big day today. So you've been on the road, man. What was your last trip? You were just in the PFL with who did you have making weight in PFL?
Shane Burgos.
Shane
I was in New York
Burgos,
City
nice.
with him.
Oh.
Yeah.
In Madison Square Garden.
Madison Square Garden.
Damn, bro. My boy Bruno was on that card. He lost, dog.
Yeah.
He lost to
to
the,
OAM.
OAM, the Canadian
That guy's
guy.
a beast, man. That
That's
guy's a beast.
good.
He's big.
He's huge.
He's big, dude.
I think he lost by decision to Islam, or no, he fought my boy
OAM?
Armand. No, he fought Armand.
Okay.
Yeah,
Saryukin.
you know, this kid's an animal,
Oh, yeah,
bro.
man. That guy's a beast.
Yo, I trained with that guy like 5-6 years ago. Before he was in the UFC, he was like 10-0.
He's young, too, right? He's
Bro,
like...
when I trained with him, that guy was like 19, 20.
That's crazy.
21.
That's gangster.
And he came back like 4 years later. When I met him, he was just like a straight like wrestler, you know?
Yeah.
And he got like really good at jiu-jitsu. He came back like 4 years later, just submitting everybody like so good, dog.
Yeah.
So good.
That's awesome.
There's so many killers from that region at that 155-pound one that we don't even know about. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I get the lucky that living overseas, I got to train with a lot of these guys, which was cool. So I got like an inside scoop. Like we were just talking about like the guy Damir.
Ismagulov, yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
trained with him too. You know
Yeah,
what
that's
I'm saying?
dope. That's dope, man.
There's some big fights coming up, bro. Valentina Shevchenko, speaking of Valentina earlier.
Yeah.
She's not cutting weight. She's had the rematch.
Yeah.
Who do you got on the rematch for Valentina versus Alexis Grasso, dog?
Oh, man. I don't know. It's a tough one, but I think that... Dude, I don't know, man. I think maybe Valentina is
What do
going
you
to
mean
kind
you
of
don't
stick
know?
to...
What are you talking about, dog?
Dude, I don't know, man. That's a
Valentina
close
all day,
one.
every
I thought
day,
Valentina
bro.
the first time. I thought, oh, yeah, for sure. She's going to
But
smoke
didn't
her.
she smoke her the whole fight or no?
She did, and then she threw that spinning back kick
So,
or something
she's
like
just
that. Just
gonna
gave her
not
back
do that,
up. No,
and
that's what I'm
that's
saying.
it.
I think it's gonna be a lot cleaner this time, and I think she'll get her belt back. But we'll see, man.
Damn.
Alexa's fucking good, dude.
It's hard to beat somebody twice.
Alexa's good, man.
Oh my God. It's hard to beat somebody twice.
Yeah.
And when you give them the door of confidence where they see that opening,
Yeah, it might be
everything
there.
changes.
Yep.
Look at Kumar and Leon.
Yeah.
Leon came back and won.
Yeah, that was impressive.
That's why the Izzy rematch was so gangster.
Yeah.
That's why it was like, there was so much behind that, bro.
Yeah.
There was so much. How many guys, who else has lost a rematch recently? Didn't somebody else just lose a rematch?
Dustin lost the rematch.
Oh my God, Dustin lost a rematch.
Yeah.
No, but he won the first one.
He won the first one, but he lost the rematch. Well, I mean, he did beat Connor twice. He lost the first one, beat him the second, and beat him the third.
It's
So
a different Connor. It's a different Poirier. So different. So
Yep.
it's hard to come. You got a young Porier back in the day. Those, man, you see the videos. I didn't realize how much times have changed.
Yeah.
You had like the big ass, like old school, like tap out style shirts. and
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, time flies, bro.
Right.
Like because I remember when I was watching his Porier fight, like I was probably like, I think I was still in Miami for sure. Yeah, it's wild. And like, you see over the years, boom, like everything changes, bro. But like, Porier is a big dude. That's what Phil was saying. He's big, right? Like,
Yeah, he's
for
a big
lightweight
dude.
and stuff like this.
He's
you
a
know?
big dude. He's definitely not one of my bigger guys, but he's big.
Yeah.
It takes a bit to get him down, man. So I'm hoping that he moves up soon. Again, if he gets a good opportunity at 55, but we'll see what the UFC throws at him. But if he can move up to 170, I told him, I'm like, man, that's like taking the lid off, man. You have a higher ceiling. You have you've already done what you've done at 155. I mean, I can't imagine I think it'll be similar from his jump from 45 to 55. The jump from 55 to 70 is going to be, that much better. So we'll see, man. We'll see what they do.
Right. You're going to be getting him ready for the 170 then. You're going to be getting him ready for
We'll
the
see.
welterweight, right?
We'll see what we don't know. We
Okay.
don't know what's going on. I think he's still waiting for a call from the UFC, but again, let him. He's on vacation right now. He's on an anniversary celebration with his wife out in Jamaica. He's enjoying his time, and like I said, dude, he'll get the call, and hopefully he hits me up and we get to work. But yeah, I think he's got a lot of potential.
Hell yeah, man. Well, that was a great little chat. Eric, man, I really appreciate you coming in, bro.
I appreciate
That
you
was
for
awesome,
having me,
man.
bro. Yeah, thank you, dog.
We had a long day. We had a big day today. We trained. You
We
came
did,
to my
bro.
new class. How you liking the new spot? It was
Bro,
pretty chill, right?
It was dope, man. I love training with you, man. I love taking your classes. So
Yeah, for sure, man. If you guys don't know, I'm training at a new gym now. It's called Boxr.
yep.
In downtown Miami. So if you guys are in the Miami area in the 305, you want to train with the Badger, you hit me up at Boxer. I'm right there, Central, Local. That's where Izzy and the boys trained when they came down.
Yeah, dude.
And then I got
Beautiful
my buddy.
gym.
I got my buddy. We got Jonathan Chino. Is also the jiu-jitsu coach over there. He's growing a big program. You know what I'm
Nice.
saying? And the owner there, Mateo, and everybody, they got an amazing facility. So I'm
Dude, it was
excited, dog.
beautiful.
You
It
know
was
what I mean?
beautiful.
I think there's going to be some good growth there, and I think I
Yeah.
can make some good magic. So anybody who wants to train MMA, jiu-jitsu, boxing, whatever it is, hit us up. We got you, you know. Eric, bro. Yeah, so we trained today. You came to my gym, man.
Yep.
That was good. I know you got to get out of here before this traffic hits, dog. So that's what
I'm sure
saying,
it's already
you know?
building up, man. But thanks for having me,
dog.
brother. It was a blast.
Man. Yeah, thank you so much for coming,
It was a
dog.
blast, homie.
Tell the people where they can find you if a fighter is cutting weight or for nutrition. How can they reach to you and if they want to work with you?
Sure. So I think the easiest place is going to be on Instagram. You can find me at Pena Performance. It's PENA.performance on Instagram. And yeah, just shoot me a DM and we'll get in contact from there. But
nice. Pena Performance, right?
Yep.
Hell yeah. My brother. Yeah, I appreciate the time.
Appreciate you, man.
A great little chat.
All right, big dog.
Hell yeah, man. Honey Badger Hour. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for showing the love. Appreciate you, Eric. We'll see you guys next week.